C&M sports fans, we have something of a sad story to pass along about a new book that will be coming out on October 4th, 2011. First off, this report is not a book review. We have not seen nor read the book Sweetness, The Enigmatic Life of Walter Payton from author Jeff Pearlman yet. We are only going by what material has been disclosed so far in the press in advance of the book's scheduled release next week. The reason why we are characterizing the story as a sad one is because the book allegedly reveals some difficult and potentially unflattering claims about Payton's life. Payton, nicknamed Sweetness, is beloved by many not only in the city of Chicago where he played professional football, but by many people throughout the United States and the world. Walter Payton died of liver disease in 1999. He was 45 years old at the time of his death. We will include several links on this story in the video description below the video player. One of those links will be to the Wikipedia entry for Walter Payton. For younger viewers of this video, or viewers not in the United States, you may be unaware of who Walter Payton is or the level of accomplishment he achieved within American football. By almost any measurement or source, Payton is regarded as one of the top 5 players in the history of the National Football League, certainly in the top 10. Before Emmitt Smith, Payton held the record for most career rushing yards in NFL history. He is still number 2 on that list, behind Smith. Payton is in the National Football League Hall of Fame. Payton and the Chicago Bears won Super Bowl 20 in 1986. Despite the rough and tumble nature of his profession, Payton possessed a charm and demeanor that belied his own toughness. He had a winning smile and seemed to be liked and admired by just about everyone that knew him. We here at Conservative New Media certainly liked and respected Payton, and we still do. One of the things you learn, however, working in the media is that the larger-than-life figures one sees on television or in magazines are only human beings like the rest of us. They may be richer, they may be more famous, they may travel the world, but they are still real people with the same imperfections we all have. We have no way to know if the claims Jeff Pearlman allegedly makes in his book about Walter Payton and Payton's life are true. Jeff Pearlman is a best-selling author and appears to be an exhaustive researcher whose work is respected by many of his peers. It should also be mentioned that Payton's widow, Connie Payton, has put out a statement apparently regarding the book. The statement is signed by, quote, Connie Payton and family, unquote. That statement can be read in the second of our links. We have marked the link so that you know which one it is. In that statement, Connie Payton acknowledges that Walter Payton was not perfect, but she also says that some quote-unquote recent disclosures contain both truth and untruth. The second link in the video description also says that a number of Payton's former Bears teammates have turned down opportunities to remark on the new book. Now to some of the apparent material in the book. First, the book apparently alleges that Payton became severely depressed and suicidal during his retirement. Second, it is supposedly claimed in the book that Payton became a repeat user of painkillers such as Vicodin and Tylenol in his retirement. Walter Payton retired from the NFL in 1987 after 13 years in the league. Third, the book apparently claims that Payton, quote, kept a mistress for years and had other extramarital affairs, unquote. That quotation comes from one of our story links, not the book itself. According to that link story, the supposed alias of the alleged mistress was Lita. There is much more detail on this story to be found at the linked sources, if you are interested. We will also include a link to an article where Pearlman responds to critics of his book, and we will include a link to what seems to be the official YouTube page of the book. That user, named Sweetness Book, seems to be Jeff Pearlman, as there appear to be several homemade video type interviews with Pearlman on the account. We'll leave you with a quote from the Chicago Bears that seems to have just come out, possibly in response to the publicity around the book. Quote, "Nothing will change our feelings for a man we have the deepest respect for and miss having around Hallis Hall to this day." Unquote. Hallis Hall is the headquarters of the Chicago Bears. For Conservative New Media, this is Paul F. Villarreal.